Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the DeTalented podcast. We're super excited to be here tonight. Before we go any further, don't forget, click that subscribe button, like the video, comment on the video. What will just take you a second will help us out a great deal. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Music, go ahead and leave us a 5-star review, something, again, that will just take you seconds and will mean a great deal to us. As always, I am here with the absolute of absolutist, Mr. Jimmy DeTalent. Jimmy, say hi, man.
What's up? So, can I tell you something?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what this whole thing's about.
Is that?
Yeah.
Is that what's going on here?
It is.
So, I came in today super happy.
Well,
I am super happy.
that's a change.
Yeah. You know why?
Why are you happy?
So I walked out the house around 5 o'clock today,
Okay.
and it was not completely dark.
Dude, did you know the days are already starting to get longer?
Oh,
That's a
yes, they
scientific
are.
fact.
Yes,
I
they
actually
are.
thought the same thing on my way here. I could see the sunset, and I was like,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Dude.
Almost time.
Yeah. So you know what? I sent Laura a text the other day, and it was somebody had posted it. And so in 39 days, the sunset will not be till like 7:39 p.m.
Yeah, that's not right, though.
It is. It's like, yes, it is.
No, it's
Jimmy,
not.
don't.
No, it's not.
Don't you want us all to be happy?
I do, but that's not correct. It's not correct.
Why do you think that?
In 39 days, the sun will not be setting at 7.
Did you see what I'm talking about? The post?
Yeah, but it was not right.
Dude, if it was on the internet, it's got to be true.
So,
True story.
true story.
That's the way it is. That is
That's not true.
That's an absolute. I just called you the absolutist,
wish.
and now you're being
But yeah.
non-absolute.
I'm being absolute.
You're calling.
And that's not the
You're
truth,
calling.
dude.
You're calling something that we seen on the internet questionable. I don't think that's possible, man. No,
Yeah.
I don't know what the actual time is, but I'm going to believe it's that. And so here's the deal: in 39 days, which at this point is probably 30 days, let's say, because that was probably at least 10 days ago.
Okay.
Dude, if it's 7:39 or whatever time, I'm going to look it up.
So we gain about a minute or so of light every day. So in 30 days, 39 days, it's going to be 30 to 40 minutes lighter. We're looking at maybe close to 6.
That's still better than what it is.
Oh, for sure. I'm on your side. That's just not that what you saw on the internet was not factual.
See, I just didn't think that was a thing. I thought if it was on the internet, it was factual.
I did too. And, you know,
Man, I did buy into that though, because I thought, man, does it start getting? That does seem early.
Yeah.
To be that bright, that light, or that early, you know, that late, I guess I should say. But you know, I do know that the days are. I know that we already had the what do you call it? Like the longest day of the year. I know we already had that, or the most night. Or whatever, the most dark.
Yep.
And dude, I tell you what, I pick my little granddaughter up from school. When I pick her up, it's like right around 3:15, and dude, the sun's starting to set.
Yeah, it's
when
terrible.
I pick her up at school. You know, what are we looking here? March is the big jump. 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. in many years. This is immediately moved sunset from roughly 6 p.m. to. Well, is that when?
So when
Is that when daylight?
I would say when daylight savings hits,
Well, yeah.
It looks like it's March the 8th. We'll spring forward, and then it will be close to 7. But we're looking at almost 60 days away there.
Yeah.
March
Says in
the-
February, 1 to 2 minutes of light per day.
Yeah.
Extra.
Yep.
Okay. Well, it's better than losing daylight.
It's
It's better than living in Alaska.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. It's like, do you guys think this? Like, I feel like January. If the year was a week, January is definitely Monday. Obviously, it's the first month of the year, but like it's just that dread of like Monday. The weekend is so far away. January, everything is so far away from it. You're just into nothingness. The holidays are over. Spring and summer are kind of a ways away. January, you're just in that middle time of nothingness.
There's really not a whole lot to be excited about in January.
No.
So after New Year's
That's it.
Day and New Year's Eve and your festivities and all that. After that, it pretty much goes away, and it's you're right. Everything's so far away. Yeah. Summer's far away. Spring's far away. Even man, you know,
you're just out there suspended
into
nothingness.
And you know, a lot of that though. You know, man, I bet January, if you live in Florida, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's just another
Just
beautiful day.
Just another beautiful month.
Well, I'll tell you this: the family that we have down in Florida, they look forward to a little bit of the reprieve. Like they enjoy wearing hoodies because they don't get to do so very often. So they'll break out their hoodies in January.
I wore shorts and a T-shirt here.
I know
tonight.
it's different, right? Yeah,
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It
I
is.
can't imagine wearing a hoodie.
It's where we live. That makes January so bad, man. We live in this, and man, we live in this weird. If anybody that's been to or visited or ever lived in Southern Indiana or this section of the Midwest where we live, you know that like our weather's freaking manic. I mean, it's nuts.
Well,
man.
when it was a couple of weeks ago, where we had about a 45-degree temperature swing within
in one day.
A day.
Yeah. Saturday it was close to 70, and then that Sunday morning it was 29.
Yeah. Awesome.
Dude, talking about puckering you up.
I put a jacket on that day.
Right.
Dude, yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can do. And then people always make the joke about living here, saying, hey, in the morning you go out and looks like you're going to go skiing. That's how you got to dress. In the afternoon, it looks like you're going scuba diving or a day out on the beach. And then in the evening, you're back to back to bundling up because the weather swings so much. And it can, man. Today was pretty nice, man. Today was pretty nice. Today was about what, 49?
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Yeah, around 50 degrees. Man, if we stayed, if our entire winters were 50 degrees,
I could get down.
I could live with that, man.
Yeah, me too.
No, not a big problem. I went fishing a little bit today. It was windy. The wind was cold. I went out early, and I'm not gonna lie, my hands were frozen at first. At the first, I just went pond hopping, and the first pond I went to, I had on my winter gloves to fish. My winter fishing gloves where you can fold your little fingers back.
Yeah,
they're sweet, and but my fingers I had exposed, they were cold, man. I was wishing I had took like hand warmers with me, but then literally all I did was I got done with that lake because it was not being fruitful, and I got gas at Costco, and then I went to the next pond, and I had to shake all that stuff. I was warm. It was brilliant.
So I was reminded of we were somewhere and we had a conversation with somebody, and they said, "Yeah, a year ago today was when all that ice came through."
Yeah, man.
You remember that fondly, don't you?
I remember it.
You enjoyed that time, didn't you?
How many days did you go without power?
2 hours, I think. Was about what I went out with power.
You literally live, 3 minutes from me?
Yeah.
Maybe 5?
Yeah.
Tops.
Yeah.
And we were without power for 5 days.
Yep.
5 days. Dude, that is wretched. And the bad thing is we were watching we had a generator, and we put it in, and the generator we had, poor ways have poor folks. You can only run a couple things off of it before you start popping the breaker in the generator, you know what I mean? So we would run our refrigerator for a few hours at a time just to keep from losing all our food. And then we ran a power strip, which we had our internet plugged into, and our TV and a lamp and one space heater. If we plugged in 2 space heaters, even if it was just 2 space heaters by themselves with nothing else, it would pop the breaker. Yeah. So we had 1 space heater. Me and Laura were both in the living room, bundled up, like in this blanket. A lot of times we were just freezing, you know what I mean? But we did have internet. And so what we were doing is we'd sit there and just look at our phones and stuff. And on Facebook, we were just watching people say, power came back on. Yay, we got power. And we were watching it for days. Yeah. And these are people I love. And I was like, I hate you.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man, it's terrible. Man, we lost like gutters. The ice knocked down the gutter, knocked our gutter off the garage. And then the funny thing is so where we are right now in our studio, the power was out for 4 days. So this is the other place that me and her could have went. Yeah. And its power was out. So the power comes back on here, whatever day that was. Me and her are like, yes, we come up here. We're literally up in the studio, man. Warm, snug. We got a TV. We brought food up here and we ate and we slept here. And then like 8 a.m, Sam called and said, hey, I just ran home to check something. Power's back on. I was like, figures, you know what I mean? It was like, we're glad the power's back on, but like we finally got this reprieve, this place to go stay. And then the power at the house came back on. But that was cool, man. We ran back there. I still have your propane tanks from that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because we had our generator would run gas or propane. And we were going broke trying to run it all the time. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we had gotten like, I think I had like 8 propane tanks, and then when they'd run out, we would go to running gas. You just flip a little button on the generator, and you can go from propane to gas. And the propane ran longer.
Did it?
I will tell you, yeah. The propane, I felt like burned slower than the gasoline. But I don't think it should, but I felt like I had more power when we ran it on gasoline. Like that breaker and stuff didn't flip as often when it was running on gas.
Yeah.
You know, gas. Ain't got no gas in it.
Just that's a good prep for when we have to resort to generators because of CenterPoint. They just keep raising the bill, don't they?
You know what's here? Okay, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Here's the.
You like that segue? That was
I
a good
did,
segue.
but here's a travesty. They literally posted today. They were like, they posted this big thing about all residents in Southern Indiana should use these resources, telling all of us to go seek financial assistance
to pay our bill,
so that we can pay our bill. It's like, dude, what? You're telling us that we should go get assistance? No. How about we get charged what the rest of the country gets charged for their power? It's crazy, dude. I paid my CenterPoint. Yes, I got my bill for this month. It was over $500.
Yeah.
Dude, I got a 1-story ranch, not that big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it was like $550.
No way, shape, or form should that bill be.
No,
$500
my bill should be $200 a month, if that, and that's high. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Over in Henderson, they don't pay nothing like that. Over in Henderson, they combine all their bills. In Kentucky, you know this. You lived over there, so over there, in the first place, you've got like a choice between at least 2 or 3 power companies that you can choose.
No monopoly.
Yeah, there's no monopoly, and then. So I got my brother-in-law lives over there. Like he gets a bill, and on that bill is almost all of his monthly stuff. His trash, his water, his utilities, everything is in like this one bill. And then I don't know what his bill is. I know a long time ago when they did it, but let's just say it's like the same amount as my Vectron bill. I'm sorry, CenterPoint bill.
CenterPoint.
And it's everything.
Yeah.
You know, there's a guy in town. His name's Chad Schmidt. He runs a podcast too, and I knew him. He's a buddy from high school. He was really like Chad. I think he's a year older than Chad, but it's called Unite the Divide, and he's been doing a lot about the CenterPoint, about the CenterPoint stuff, and his podcast. You know, is actually meaningful. Like what
are you saying?
It's not ours is obviously, funny and have guests and, but he's trying to accomplish, I don't want to say political, but some political things and stuff like that. And so he talks about a lot of that stuff. When he does really long form content, like his episodes are 3 or 4 hours long. But one of the things he's really on, man, is the CenterPoint deal and how that, they hired. I don't know. They got to do something, man. They're gonna have to do, and they keep blaming the data center. Oh, it's these data centers, dude.
Wrong.
Yeah.
The data centers where?
Yeah. What data center?
That's what I'm saying. That was what I was going to say. What data center are they talking about?
Yeah.
Do we even have the one that we used to have over there? There used to be one, right? There used to be a data center here, and it was before the day of big data centers. It was a data center that was
off of Oak Hill.
Yes.
Yeah. It's still there.
Okay.
They had Wow's little data center.
Yeah. It wasn't Wow. Yeah. Was it Wow?
The one on
Evansville Online is what it was back in the day.
Yeah. Now, I mean, it's a colo for carriers now.
It was Sigicom.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, that's who it was. And then it turned into, who was it that you guys?
I'm just saying they had a data center though. When you were Wow.
Yeah, well, we had a knock.
Right there off of the Lloyd.
Yeah, it's still there. It's Astound, and they have. I mean, it's all of our infrastructure, or I say our Astound's infrastructure, and then AT&T and some other carriers have colos in there.
But they're little data centers, tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not like big. They're not causing our energy to be that high.
No.
There's no way. No. Here's the deal, man. And people have said it for years. Evansville's a weird spot. And look, man, I would love if Evansville leaders hear this and you want to back it up and prove us wrong, come prove us wrong, because I would love to hear what the answers are. But the bottom line is if you look at Evansville, in the first place, look at our downtown. Okay, I'm gonna name a couple examples. Every town, every city's downtown, especially larger cities. We're one of the large. We're like third largest city in Indiana, right? I think so. Everybody centers their entire town around their downtown area. Our downtown is complete crap. They don't put no money into it. They don't want to do anything. Anytime someone wants to do something down there, they were going to put a baseball stadium in there. Nothing's ever worked. And this, if you look downtown, we got this little strip of stuff that will say, oh, this is nice. And then it's a bunch of crap. There's nothing, and we got the Ford Center. What else is downtown, dude? A couple bars, a couple restaurants. There's nothing else downtown. That beautiful riverfront, nothing. Look at
Owensboro's riverfront.
I know. You drive down our riverfront, you might see 50 people out there, and that's spread out the entire length of Riverside from where it curves into Fulton all the way down to like the museum, right?
Yeah.
It's nothing. It's weird,
Yep.
that the town doesn't embellish their downtown area and do it. And then you look at all of a sudden, several years ago, I don't know how many years ago it was, but they decided to put in the interstate, right? 64.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the most proven ways to grow cities is put an interstate through it. Yeah.
Not 10 miles north of it.
18 miles.
18.
They built it 18 miles north of the city. And there's no answer as to why did we build this 18 miles north of this city, this hub, where that could have turned this in, that would have sparked tons of growth. And then there's this weird deal with show me another one. I'm sure there's some out there, but in the city that we live in Evansville, is it just? I think it's just Evansville, because I think in like Boonville, you can get like Boonville natural gas. But I think just the city of Evansville has some kind of weird contract that they got back in the days when it was Siggyco. And then Siggyco turned to Vectren, and Vectren turned. Dude, it is a political monster. There is this they call it a controlled monopoly. Right? No other power companies. We are not allowed to get our power companies anywhere else. And dude, I don't know, maybe Google this real quick. Southern Indiana's, Google how much higher than the national average is electric and gas in Evansville, Indiana, compared to the rest of the country. You can probably Google that a lot better than I said it. But I mean, it's weird, right, man? It's crazy, and dude, the only we're gonna get unalived. And the only explanation for all of this, dude, is there's government political influence. Somebody's in bed. Somebody's pockets are getting lined.
That says 5 to 10% higher, but I beg to differ.
I don't think that's nowhere close.
When was that? There's no way it's only 5 to 10% higher.
No way.
Or about 22% higher than the national average.
My bill went up $200 this month.
Yeah. That's more than 5%.
Were you using more power?
No.
Same amount, right?
Yeah. Matter of fact, I've had so many kids leave the house now. We're
you would
definitely
think it'd
using
be
less,
right?
And dude, it's a weird fact about me. Like I'm a light killer. It drives me crazy. I go through the house cutting the lights off everybody that everybody leaves on.
Yeah.
Like constantly. So the only lights on usually in our house are the lights where someone's in their room. Now, I will say everybody in my house has a computer. They're running all the time. But computers are pretty green. They're not drawing a whole bunch, Other than that, dude, what in the world would be, cause my bill to be $555 for 1 month? You know what I mean? It's crazy. And that, I know that's not right.
Most of our stuff isn't even gas. It's pretty much all electric.
Yeah, well,
no gas range. Our water, our water has gas, and that's probably it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I know our heat. So you got electric heat pump. Mm-hmm. So I still got heat. My house is heated with gas. You got a pilot light on your furnace?
Yeah, if you have a pilot light, you got flame, you got gas.
So you're heating your home and your water with gas. That's it.
Yep.
That's all we're doing too. But dude, there's no way I don't know what so my house is set at like 70 degrees. Mm-hmm. Around here, usually that's off because it's it gets warm enough outside where your house is insulated at all. If it, you know what I mean, it'll stay up. And so even if it gets cold, I'm one of them people, I'll bump it up to like 73. And then when it hits it, I'll cut it off. And then it'll stay that temperature long enough to where I don't want a day or two without running without running it at all. And like I said, $555 CenterPoint.
Yeah.
Come on. Come up with an explanation. And not only that,
That's what mine is.
Yeah,
500.
Yeah. And yeah, you could fit my house in your kitchen probably.
No.
You know?
No.
I mean, you know what I mean? It's small, a lot small. My house is 1,700 square feet.
Yeah, I think that's more than mine.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. Pretty sure ours is like 1,600 square feet.
Wow. That's
Just a little 3-bedroom house.
Yeah.
what mine
Point
is.
being, those bills should not be that high.
No, man.
Actually, so it's weird we're having this conversation because I had a guy come out from a local business, and I'm not going to say his name because I don't want them to have any heat on him for talking about Veteran or whoever they are now.
CenterPoint.
Yeah. He was in my backyard. He's quoting out some stuff for me, and somehow we started talking about the monopoly of it, and he's like, yeah, why are they spending all this money on advertising? Like, we have a choice.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So take away that advertising. Save us some money.
Yeah.
No
we
doubt.
don't want to see your commercials.
Yeah, I know. But dude, let me tell you this. Somebody had the best marketing thing I've seen in a long time. They put it on Facebook. It was a realtor. And they said their whole ad was CenterPoint with a looked like a black magic marker X through it. And it said, "Are you tired of this? Call me. I've got houses out on the fringe where you don't have to use CenterPoint." And
wow.
Yeah. I was like, man, that's brilliant. You know, think about it, man. I would move, dude. I would have no problem moving to Henderson. I'd move to Henderson. I would move to wherever, if there was a place close enough I could move and still do what I needed to do here locally.
Yeah.
I would move. That wouldn't bother me. I'll drive 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm not moving back to Kentucky, but I'll move north or northeast of here.
I wouldn't move anywhere in Kentucky but Henderson just because it's so close. Evansville's it's just almost like a neighborhood of Evansville. You know what I mean?
It is. I just hate that bridge.
Yeah. Oh, the bridge does suck.
Well, when they
It
finish
does.
that bridge that's coming through, you won't have to take that bridge anymore.
Yeah, I mean it'll
They've
be close
made
to your
headway.
house.
Yeah, real close, like one exit down. I don't know when that's going to be completed, but they've made
One
a
exit
lot
down
of
from
headway.
your house,
It's off close to that Green River Road exit.
and so we'll have two bridges that can get across.
I don't know what they're going to do with that bridge. Do you?
I don't know.
I don't know if
imagine
they're-
it'll go away because it's so much upkeep. Remember they
and
used to
that-
do it like once every 5 years, 10 years.
Well, they'll paint
now
it.
it's like every single year.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
to take it down.
Yeah.
Well, that bridge is something to be desired, man. Have you been over to Rockport, that area? That what is it? The William-
Spanning bridge. It's
Oh
amazing.
man, that's so nice.
You mean You mean over to
No,
Owensboro?
no, it's going towards Rockport. It's the is it William Hatcher? Is that what it is?
Maybe.
No, I think that's the one. I think that's the blue. The blue.
Okay, well
the
then
blue
that's
bridge.
not the bridge I'm talking about.
Okay.
This is like it looks like a mini Sunshine Skyway.
Really.
Like it's a
Yeah.
very modern new bridge. It's like, man, why don't we have something like that crossed the Ohio from Evansville to Henderson?
because we got
It's an awesome bridge the way it's all.
because we got to pay.
Yeah.
We can't because the contractors can't afford to pay the electric to do that big of a job.
You're right.
You know, I mean, here's how bad the CenterPoint thing's gotten. And here's the thing is, man, there's people that work at CenterPoint. Dude, they have nothing to do with it. It's not their fault. But yet, it's gotten so.
Yeah, no, I was right. That was the William. It was the William Hatcher
Okay.
Bridge.
It's Natcher.
Look, Natcher. I'm blind.
William Natcher. But you know, restaurants are like
But
putting.
look, that's the bridge, dude.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. And that crosses over to what?
Owensboro.
It does?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the old Blue Bridge, Jimmy, from
No.
No.
Rio?
That one's from
Because they're redoing that one too right now. It's closed,
it's
right?
closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's out of Rio. So you go past Rio and you come up on Rockport. You go left to go into Rockport, or you go right to go to Kentucky.
Okay.
And this is the bridge.
Okay. I
Yeah.
see.
It's a pretty bridge.
Yeah.
It's really cool to cross it. I mean,
Yeah, that does look nice.
Look up when the 69 bridge is going to be complete.
So while he's doing that, did you know, I
curious.
want to get this out. Did you know that some local restaurants are literally putting out like signs that say CenterPoint employees not welcome and stuff like that? And it's not the employee's fault, but that's how polarized this subject has gotten because of the power and everything. I'm not ready to stop complaining about CenterPoint.
Yeah, I get.
We're on the bridges.
I get that.
You know?
Me either. I mean, it's everybody hates it. Like,
So when is that? Oh, 2030. That long?
Hey, we got a
2031?
while.
5 years.
Let's be honest.
Wow.
We're probably not even going
I
to
was
see
going to say,
that.
I probably won't even see that bridge.
We're probably not even going to see that bridge. Ohio, I-69, which is funny.
That stinks.
Everything is 69 now. I-69. When for years it goes back to that. You know, they put the highway in, which is I-164 or no I-64.
Yeah.
And then what they did for Evansville is put that little bypass, which was 164.
164.
And now 164 is gone.
69.
And it's 69.
Yep.
And now 69 you get on and it's 69 run you all the way through down to Hopkinsville, maybe even further than that.
Hopkinsville.
And then you get on
Then you get on 24 to go to
the
Nashville.
24.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And then north, it goes, we can get up to Indy now, right?
Straight into Indy.
Yes. And that's nice, actually. Dude, that literally cut Indy from almost 4 hours to like 2.5.
Yeah. Yep.
So
I love it.
That's definitely a big massive time saver right there.
Yeah, for
4
sure.
hours. Because remember back in the day?
It was a headache.
Yeah, you had to go
It
through
was a
terrible Hope.
Yeah. Terrible
whatever
Hope.
it was. What would you to get on I-70 or whatever and then go all the way around?
Yeah, I
before
mean, you
go
went
up
up 41
Yeah.
and then
Yeah. Dude, Terrible Hold is like it's one of the worst ranked I watched a video the other day. It was the Indiana's highest crime rates. Evansville's number 3, by the way. We have the third highest crime rate in Indiana.
What's one? I would think Gary. Yeah.
No,
I would say Gary.
it's not.
It's not?
No, it used to be.
Fort Wayne?
It's dropped way down. I think it was Fort Wayne. Yeah.
Wow.
It was either Fort Wayne
Really?
and Indy's up there, obviously.
So, a state-sanctioned, regulated monopoly, a common model for utilities in the U.S. This structure is not illegal. Rather, it's a legal framework established by state laws and regulatory commissions that guarantees the company exclusive rights to provide service in a specific geographic area in exchange for government oversight of its operations and rates.
But what's going on is CenterPoint is padding the pockets of the people who are providing oversight.
Yeah.
Guarantee it. Look into it. I guarantee you if they did an investigation, they won't do it. But if they did an investigation, I guarantee you the higher ups in that regulatory commission are super. They're paid. They're getting a lot of the money they're getting paid.
Yeah.
You know, I have no problem accusing them of that. There's no other reason that that should be allowed. Because I would say, it's easy to say in a position where you're at, like mine, but I would like to think that if I was in one of those positions, I would be like, no, we can't do this to these people. These are our constituents, are literally our people that we represent. They need to be able to live and eat. Dude, CenterPoint, it's to the point where people aren't.
They're making choices.
Yeah, you have to make choices. Have power
Or eat.
Yeah. Or have a car. Or,
Your frustration is shared by many customers who face high bills, and they feel they have no recourse.
there is no recourse.
I was going to say there is no recourse.
The only recourse would be for everybody to black out. But organize, nothing, that won't happen. Like people won't do that. People won't,
You remember we went to war in this country over 3% tax on tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
yet
man.
we do this, and like I said,
Eat it.
I mean,
like
think about
chumps.
it. If so, Evansville, Indiana has approximately. I know that. Okay, I'm going to say our metro area, not Evansville itself, but
Right.
our metro area, I think, has approximately 300,000 people.
That sounds
in it.
about right, I would think.
If 300,000 people, even if 250 of those people said, you know what, we're going to go a whole week where we shut everything down. We're going to turn the mains off. We're going to cut the gas. We're not going to, they would have no choice but to listen. They would have to. You'd block them out. But think of how many times they've done that. They don't do it. How many times people have said, let's do this,
Yeah.
and everybody's like, I'm not going to do that. That sounds like it'll suck,
Well, it's
So-
like you first.
Yeah, right. And so nobody do it. Now, speaking of other things, and I will say this, we talked about this a few weeks ago. For those people who say, "Oh, this administration's raising prices," dude, I filled up my big Chevy Silverado 1500 23-gallon tank today for $35. I paid $2.28 a gallon.
Oh man, we paid like $209 the other day.
Yeah,
Somewhere.
but still 228's
Oh, that's
super. Where are these prices they say
I
are
think
going
that's
up?
like the average. I think that's the average 2 something.
Yeah, and then look, eggs, they're down to like $1.98 a dozen or something like that. I mean, definitely a big, huge price cut. Prices are definitely going down, but yet these people are still saying, "Oh, the affordability," and it is still expensive. But like we're sitting here talking about CenterPoint, but where we live, I can tell you this: like if the main source of our financial pain where we live is utilities.
So the average price is $2.79, but then that's probably factoring in like states like California,
Yeah, which is like $5 a gallon, right? They're actually. Did you know? I heard. I don't know if this was true. I heard that In-N-Out is leaving California.
Really?
I heard that too.
Yeah, because they're like, we're done with New Scum, man. They're like, they're not gonna do it anymore.
There's Cali right there.
$4.22 a gallon, dude.
That's outrageous.
Connecticut $2.89, Arizona $2.98, California $4. All those are blue states.
Right.
Ooh, look at that. That's a whole list. Indiana $2.74. So we're sitting pretty good today. But now I will say this: I got my gas at Costco, which is cheaper than most of your normal petrol stations.
So $35, you weren't on E.
No, I didn't. I had a little bit under a quarter of a tank. But still, man, dude, I was paying a year ago. I was paying close to $100 to fill my truck up. You know what I mean? Definitely. So it's cut in half. The price of filling my tank up has cut in half. So what do they got to say about that? They'll say, "But you're killing people. An ICE agent shot an innocent mother taking her kid to school in the face." Oh, I'm sure you heard about that one, huh? Right?
Yeah. I did. Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of hot news. And one of those things where here again, man, that left-wing media that's out there is literally telling people to ignore what they see and believe what they say, because there's video of this lady taunting ICE. The officer who shot her had his phone, didn't have his gun in his hand, had his phone in front of the car recording her. She backs up and is taunting him while her homosexual wife is off to the side saying, drive, baby, taunting them too. And then she literally runs over, hits him pretty hard.
She hit him?
Oh, she hit him. Yes. She hit him. They released the full video. She thumped him. Like you can hear it. You know what I mean? And then he shot, because they were trying to say, well, he shot through the side window. No, he didn't. He drew when she was running over
through the windshield.
And shot through the windshield.
He did go through the side too. He got 3 shots off.
Yeah, but the first shot was through the windshield.
Dead straight. Yeah.
Yeah. But then they're bam.
So then he
triple tapped.
He moved out of the way.
But when he moved out of the way, he was limping. Like it hurt his hit. I mean, it hit him. Can we show the whole video?
I don't know. I'll see. I'll pull it up. I don't know if we can show the whole thing, but
I think we can.
Okay.
That shouldn't be copyrighted. Everybody else is showing it.
Oh,
whoa! Hey now. Yeah, there we go. That's going to pull it up. We want to pull up like raw footage though. Wonder if we can pull. Oh, it don't matter. We can pull up. What would be the best one? That one's a funny one where he shoves that dude. Do you see that one?
Not as good as this one.
I know. Oh, I know. We'll show that next. Let's see. Fox is good. We can show the Fox one. Fox is fair. They'll let you replay their stuff.
Okay. Yeah. I think this will be a good one.
Very latest on what's happening there. Garrett, good afternoon.
Yeah, Trace, good afternoon. This new video will be a crucial piece of evidence in this investigation because it was recorded by the...
Here we go.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show on your face. I'm not mad at It's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen. You want to come at us? You want to come at us?
So look, there they are taunting them.
Lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Vice President J.
Clearly, you heard the bump there.
Yeah, but that wasn't the one that I seen. Here's what it was. We want to see the footage from the officers.
I was going to say, is there a secondary camera that you can
the
see
officer
the
that got ran
perspective
over,
from?
he was recording.
That was him right there recording. That was his cell phone.
Yeah, that looked like he got hit.
Yeah.
The way the camera went up. Is there another?
Well, there's somebody recorded it from far away.
That's what I'm saying. Is there another perspective where you can see?
Yeah, if you watch here, this is. That's him.
Yeah.
That was him getting
hit. Yeah.
And you clearly hear him get hit.
Yep. But there's footage from further away that somebody else was filming. Yeah, maybe there we go. Ooh, maybe that's the one right there.
This one?
No,
Honestly, I don't trust anything from
the Fox 9.
this one.
No, that's a different car though. That's not it, is it?
Mm-mm.
It's in here somewhere. It's got to be. Because I've seen it over and over. It was one from the... It was showing it from like a side view too.
Local 10.
I'm going to scrub this real quick, but it looked like...
And when did this happen?
Watch as a driver
Look, watch
tries
this.
to pull away and a federal agent fires several gunshots. The Department of Homeland Security says it happened after a group began blocking agents during an immigration-related operation.
It was an act of domestic terrorism.
A woman who was inside her car was
Look,
shot
that's the
and
first
killed
shot
by
right
an
there.
officer. You can see the bullet holes left behind.
Third person in also camouflage fatigues came and started pulling on the driver's side door handle, at which point the vehicle backed up a few feet and started driving forward. The agent who was on the driver's side shot 2 or 3 times through the driver's side window at the car.
The woman driving was disorderly, and the ICE officer was acting in self-defense. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz says...
Yeah, that's not the one. There's better footage that shows it. I don't know where to find it, but they definitely, they definitely showed it from like the side. But and just then, like, that was like a lie. Like that made it sound like he was standing at the side mad at her and shooting her, and that's not what happened. When she ran it forward on him, and you can see him, he's backed up, he's hit, and he draws and he shoots because a maniac's trying to hit him with the car. That's a 2-ton weapon coming at you.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what they expect. And here's the other thing. So apparently these groups of people that she's a member of, they've proven she's a member of, are trained to go out there and interfere with ICE's.
So like a paid protester.
Yeah. That was one. So I seen it was a video that was talking about these paid protesters, and like they literally had somebody on camera, and the person filming the news person was like, "Why don't you go get a job?" And the protester was like, "What are you talking about?" The protester was like, "What are you talking about? I'm getting paid right now." So they,
protest.
They admit it. They're paid. And the other thing is that I seen a Fox News piece that made a lot of sense. I hadn't even thought about this. They were like, "Do you notice how fast after events they have all of these professionally printed signs and everything?" They're like, dude, real protesters, they got poster board with markers written on them. There's organizations backing them, getting all those made and getting them out to those people who are going to use them. They look like they're, like they look like campaign signs or something.
Yeah.
They're professionally made signs.
So where do you think the money's coming from?
Like George Soros.
Yeah.
The thing is that it's on different sides of the country. Those signs are coming out, like this happened, and then the next morning, people in California and on the East Coast had the
same
signs.
printed sign.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's not like there's no way these protesters are getting them made.
Yeah.
Well, let me say this. I want to talk about a guy that I'm calling MAGA man. Dude, I think this is a perfect representation of what can happen. MAGA man simply got fed up. And so let's roll this clip. Jimmy, you haven't seen it.
No, I have not.
Me and producer Rick have probably rewound it 500 times. So
now, this is what happens when Republican MAGA men run up against Democrat liberal males. Check this out.
Right in his ear.
look, that dude's that's an old dude.
Yeah.
MAGA man's like, leave me alone.
Yep. He's out there doing the same thing. You know, that's his right to be out there protesting too.
All he's got's a flag. Bam!
Wow.
Here he goes. MAGA man said, I'm done. Oh, yeah, come on. Oh. Another one bites the dust. Boom, boom. Oh, this dude's coming back.
Wow.
Shoot him.
Oh, man.
I bet he think twice before he talk crazy to somebody next time.
You know that first one, he didn't even drop his flag.
No, dude. Yeah.
He still had that flag.
MAGA
He was
man,
still hanging on to that flag.
MAGA man had enough. MAGA man had enough.
Oh, that last one, man.
Oh, dude, he folded him like a piece of paper. You know what? Every time I wish we should have done it. Maybe I'd do it in post. I love it when people get knocked out and they play the window shutting down sound. That's what just happened, dude. That's what he heard, dude. His light, everything just went dark. He faded. Yeah. He woke up and he was like, it's like, I hope MAGA man was above saying, now, did you learn something? Did you learn something about your politicking?
Man,
well, here's the thing. He was out there, his rights to be on the other side protesting, and these jerks that, the peaceful protesters are putting that in his ear. Like, that's itself could probably ruin his hearing.
Yeah, it's super loud.
Like, he wasn't messing with them.
No.
And then they got to find out what's going on.
They found out. And MAGA man went on a rush where he was like, all of you, come on. Dude, he just started going crazy. He just started saying, come on, let's go. Let's go. Dude, I seen this big post, and I pray to God, this is not what I want to happen. But they're saying we're already in the beginning of this next civil war, right? And it was, dude, the biggest battle royal on social media I've ever seen between conservatives and liberals. And, all of the conservatives were like, almost all of them were just like, hey, all you got to do is, the new phrase everyone's using, the FAFO. Like, all you do is mess around, find out, come find out, And then, the liberals are saying, we got guns too. And like the conservatives are like, yeah, but we know how to use them. It's just this back and forth that's going on. I pray that doesn't happen. But I do think it will be bad for liberals if it does. That's my opinion. I
think it won't be like the first Civil War. I think it'll be really fast.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think it'll last long because most of I don't know, man. They're the ones.
If we did everything by the Constitution, I mean, we're the North at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they flip a switch. If they flip that switch, the government says, "Okay, we're Civil War." It's over.
Yeah. Well, the only thing they would have is the military is going to be on the conservative side. The military because it strongly backs.
It's backed by law.
The president,
the Constitution.
Yeah.
So, do you think it'll get to that?
I hope not.
I hope not.
I don't think so. I honestly don't think they would do it. I think there's very few of them that are, they're not the kind that will come at you and fight in a war. They're the kind that are set up on a building and say they believe that there should be gun control and then snipe you from 200 yards away. That's the biggest thing. And like this deal with this woman, man, like I hate it. I hate that she got killed. I think that's awful.
Yeah.
Anybody getting shot is awful. But it's so funny how they're flipping. Like a few months ago, Charlie Kirk got killed and they were awful. They said, oh, he deserved it. He was a bigot. He was a Nazi. He was this. He was that. They had no remorse or no feeling. We're not gonna honor a man who did, but yet now, like, they're literally saying every conservative is if you back it, you're guilty of murder, just like everyone. I think that's what I think Elon Omar, whatever her name, she said something like that. Jasmine Crockett cried on the floor. Did you see that? And literally, and I loved it because
she's a piece of trash.
I know. I forget who it was, but somebody pulled receipts on her because she was like, well, "You didn't see us doing that a few months ago with Charlie Kirk." And she started crying, and then the dude was like, "Watch this," and then showed a video of her when Charlie Kirk died, saying, "We're not going to honor him. He was a bigot. He was this. He was that. And you expect me to honor him?" He pretty much said he messed around and found out and all this stuff, and then now she's on there crying, saying that conservatives are awful people because we're not. I don't know what what are we in the first place? What are we supposed to do? I mean, this was a woman who went against law enforcement. She disobeyed law enforcement orders, and then she didn't only try to flee; she tried to run over a federal officer, and she got shot. It sucks. It sucks that she died. I hate it. She had kids. I hate that. I mean, it's awful. I don't want to see nobody deserves to die. But how quickly they turn it around, when the shoe's on the other foot and they lose one of theirs, you know what I mean? Because we lost ours and they literally, were doing, I mean, they were saying horrible things. They're still saying horrible things about his wife, about, all these people.
So have you seen anybody celebrate this?
Not a Republican.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Not a GOP, not a conservative.
It's not how we are.
One. No, yeah, we don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've seen conservatives justify it, but it's obviously justifiable. It's not something it's not like it's questionable. It's not like, yeah, okay, he's, I guess what they're saying is what was he supposed to do?
That's the thing, man. That would be a tough position to be in, right? I mean, you're out there, and clearly by the video, it looked like he was getting ready to get run over.
Yeah, she was running over him with the car.
Yeah,
she's trying. And then here's the thing: they lied. They've lied the whole time about everything. They were like, she was just dropping her kids off at school. She had nothing to do with it. She was trying to turn around. She was trying to get it away. No, they've proven. They went back. They've got, like I said, they got.
Were
the
there children
the video.
in the car?
No, but. She had been followed.
No, they dropped them off at daycare so they could come do this.
Yeah,
instead of spending time with their family.
Yeah,
this is what they're doing.
Yeah, her and her partner had been chasing and harassing the ICE officers all day, blocking them. They're literally trained how to block them. You watch her. They're like going down the road, and she pulls them, blocks them. Where they can't go down the road. That's what they were telling her. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Finally, they were like, what you heard that one officer, that other officer say, get out of the car. He was going to arrest her.
Yeah.
And when he went to arrest her is when she tried to back up, and then that other officer was in front of the car, and she just tried to run over him. You know what I mean? I think what she thought is, I'll just push him out of my way. I don't even necessarily think she was trying to run over him to kill him or hurt him. I think she was just saying, I'll prove to you, I think she was being dumb. And that was a bad decision, I know for a fact, man, if a local cop pulls me over, I have the ability to make one or two bad decisions and get myself killed.
Yeah.
I could do that. Every one of us could do that.
Yeah.
I have the common sense not to. I know for a fact that if a police officer pulls me over to put my hands where they can see them, I know to say, hey, I'm cool. What do you, even if I don't agree with why they're pulling me over, I'm going to have a dialogue with them to where, whatever happens, you face them in court. She didn't do that.
I was going to say, let's get through this situation.
Yes.
Then we can work it out.
Let me come out on this alive.
Yep.
And then after that, if it's something that I can fight in court, I will. But that's not what they were doing. They were literally trying to impede operations that are 100% legal, 100% what the American people voted for. I'm really curious, man, because here's the thing, man, and here's where I'll be honest. We're screwed if they win the midterms. We're in bad shape. If they win the midterms and they take over the Senate, and if they take over either chamber, it's going to suck. But if they take over both, it's going to be bad. And here's the thing is if we have the same turnout that we have for Trump in the presidential elections, they won't win.
Yeah,
but
no way.
the problem is we don't turn out for midterms like that, and usually midterms are won by the party that's not in control. So Trump's got work to do, man. He's got to get the party, motivated to get out and vote in those midterms. Otherwise, he's going to be a lame duck. He won't be able to get anything done. Nothing. He will be able to get nothing done. And he's going to get impeached every other day.
What's he in? A little over a year now?
Yeah. Well, yeah. January.
Our country basically it depends on it.
Yeah, it does. It literally does.
Crazy to say that.
Yeah.
We're going to end up being a third world country.
Yeah, like this thing with Maduro. Like we didn't talk about that because we had Holly down on
Then
last
it will
week.
be a civil war.
Yeah.
If we're like Somalia or Iraq.
Yeah.
Like people killing each other all day, every day.
Every day.
That's what it'll be.
And they're okay. And isn't it funny how we go over there and we get this Maduro guy right in Venezuela, for years Biden put the Biden administration put a bounty on his head or put a reward out for his arrest. Nobody did nothing. Trump comes in office, gives the guy several chances to do things the way that he should do them. He didn't do it. Trump goes in and gets him. The same people who were doing protests, no kings, no kings, no kings, calling Trump a dictator, are now saying that Trump, they're holding up signs saying free Maduro.
Yeah, I see.
Who was a dictator.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. I seen interviews with them on the street. Like, would you take Maduro over Trump? And they're like, yeah, give us Maduro any day. You really want to trade him for he's not a dictator. You are out here, practicing your free will of doing whatever you want to do.
And
but if Maduro was in
wasn't
here,
at one point like a gallon of milk about $300 in Venezuela?
Yeah, he
broke the country. It's done.
It was like one of the richest countries in that region for years. And then he lost the election, and then he refused to leave, and he took it out. He strong-armed it and kept it, turned it communist. The same thing's going to happen in New York. That's what's happening already. It's already people are leaving New York like crazy. It's just crazy. It's crazy. There's enough of those crazy people, liberal. What do they call them? Democratic socialists now. That they want. Why would you want that? How could you want that for your life? How could you want them? Everybody, because do they really think this has been done over and over and over again in history? This communist experiment. It's been disaster every single time. It's going to be terrible. But I don't think so. I here's what I don't know if this is going to happen. What I would like to see happen, or I don't. People might hate on me for this. If we win the midterms, I think Trump does something about New York. I don't know what.
Yeah, that's my question.
But,
what do you
well,
think he could do?
I think if Mondami does something that's illegal, he'll torch him. He'll get him. You know what I mean? But it's so hard for them to do any of that. And I hate to. I know but at the same time, and they elected him. They wanted it. So leave them to their own devices.
It's democracy.
It's democracy. Yeah, man. They elected that.
They voted.
That's what they wanted. But here's the thing, man, is I don't think
there's so many good people that have to be forced with that.
Yeah.
We want to say, well, learn your lesson. Yep. You did this to yourselves. Yep. But there's also a bunch of good people in New York that are going to suffer for it.
Yeah, they don't deserve to learn the lesson.
Can't get out because they don't have enough money.
Money too, yeah. Because the people with money, the people that he's going to hurt, that's what's going to happen to the city. There's going to be no more money left in it. Yeah. They're all going. Florida's filling up. Yeah. So the fear about that is Florida turns blue. If enough of them go. But why would they?
That sheriff in Florida is amazing. Have you seen his videos?
Yeah, I love him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, if you try to run over an ICE agent here and you die, that's on you.
Yeah, that's on you. Yeah. He puts out videos all the time. Yeah, dude, he's good.
Where's that? What county?
He's in Florida. Oh, what county is he in? Is he in Miami-Dade?
It could be.
Yeah, he's in a big place where when stuff happens, they put him on camera. He's the one he talks about it. Yeah. And he don't fool around. DeSantis don't fool around either, man. I'll be honest. I thought DeSantis would be president. I thought or he would run at least. I thought he would be the nominee at one point. And then Trump did what he did, and it is the greatest political comeback ever. I didn't think after
next president's probably gonna be little Marco.
Oh, I don't. I think it'd be JD. I think it'd be JD and Marco as vice president. But I think, but I don't know that.
Yeah.
Hey, I would be happy with either one.
Right.
I like Marco. I think Marco's awesome.
I do too. I think he's the man.
Yeah, he's good, man. He's good. He
and then what are they going to say? Yeah.
White
not a white man.
Yeah, but that's the funny thing about this. Me and I was talking to Laura about this. I was like, I get so sick of hearing how he's Trump's white supremacist and how he's this and that. Have you seen his cabinet? The treasurer, the director of the Treasury is Scott Bessent. He's a gay man. Marco Rubio is what? What is he? Cuban by?
Cuban.
Yeah,
I was getting ready to look it up.
Yeah, he's Cuban. Susie Bessent is the number one. His number two, right? Besides JD, she's the chief. What do you call it? This chief of staff or whatever. She's a woman, and.
Yeah, Cuban American.
Where's this white supremacy at?
Yeah,
his health secretary is RFK, a Democrat.
Right.
The intelligence director, Tulsi Gabbard is a Hindu woman. She's not white. It's like what? How does a white supremacist put all these people in these leadership positions? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you look at her, her background, she's American Samoa.
Samoan descent.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
growing up with Hindu spiritual influences.
Dude, I like
She's
Tulsi.
the first Hindu member of Congress.
She's the one.
She's rogue.
Yeah. She's the one in 2016 that after she debated Kamala Harris, Kamala dropped out. She hurt her so bad. She destroyed her. Yeah. She was like, she called her on her lot. Man, Joe Rogan loves Tulsi.
Yeah, that was an X-Men reference, by the way. She's not rogue for the country. She's rogue from X-Men. With that white streak in her
hair. Okay.
I just want to make sure our viewers know that I don't mean like she's rogue.
She went rogue from the Democratic Party.
Yeah, she did.
She did do this. She did do that. She come out and she didn't like one thing. The RFK's never come out and said, I'm a Republican now. He's still a Democrat. He just is one that works with Trump. Same way with like Fetterman. I love Kevin Fetterman, man.
Me too.
Or is it Kevin Fetterman? Is that his name? Or is it John?
John
Fetterman. Yeah. He's the one from Philadelphia or wherever he's at in Pennsylvania. And he's a Democrat, but dude, he's so common sense. He was like, y'all are hating on Trump. He's like, wait,
let's do things that make sense.
Let's do things that make sense. Yeah.
Again, he's the real Democrat.
Yeah, he's a real Democrat. Yeah, absolutely. But they stay Democrat. Tulsi come out and was like, I want to announce that I am now.
I'm gone.
I'm part of. Yeah, I have changed my party to the Republican Party. So she
like
actually
Chuck Schumer and them. They would sell their children. They've probably already sold their souls.
Sold their souls
to stay where they're at.
Yeah, they would. And that's one thing he's doing. Didn't he come out with something about term limits and he's getting ready? They're trying to change that, man. Yeah. Here's what I think we need to do, and this is where this will get a lot of this is a lot of hate. That a lot of things that people, a lot of people don't agree with this. Dude, they're going to do it anyway. We need to nuke that filibuster, and get done what we can get done while we have the chance. Because as soon as they get in, when something doesn't go their way, they're going to do away with the filibuster if they have power. Sure. And they're going to. And then once they do that, once they get rid of the filibuster, I think if that happens.
That showed your cat-like skills, by the way. There, right? You just shot that thing. Like
well, Anderson, lucky for you, the cup was empty. Anybody get that reference?
Yeah, I do. License to Drive.
License
baby.
to Drive.
Yeah, baby. That's a good movie. But I think that if they do that, I don't think we'll be a one-party. We'll never win again. You know what I mean? They'll make it impossible. I mean, they'll make it where there's no IDs to vote. In every state, they'll make it.
Still, we're back to Civil War.
Yeah, right. That will be the only option to rectify that. I think. It's a we're not in a. It's like literally we're in a serious situation.
Yeah.
We kind of live.
I've got thoughts that even would probably make people not very happy either. I don't think Russia should be. They should be our ally. I don't care about the Ukraine war. That guy's a dictator too. He didn't win no election.
Nope.
He was installed.
Yeah. And he wouldn't let some people say he kept the war going because they won't have an election during the war.
Right.
And so
look
how much Trump has tried to end the war, and he keeps reneging on it.
Yep. He keeps messing it up. And if China and Russia really build a block together, we're in trouble. We're in big trouble. The only way it works is if we are allied with Russia. People don't want to hear that, but that's the truth.
I don't know how much trouble we're in. The only reason I say that is because I think it'll be bad regardless. But I watched.
The numbers don't work. Like if you're talking about like our military compared to everybody else's in the world, you put those two together, then we're behind.
So what I see, and I've seen several videos that went through and did like the AI comparisons and everything. Even with numbers, because you're just talking about number of men, that they said even if the entire world combined against us, eventually we would win. Because they can't.
Be tough.
It'd be awful. We would have massive losses. They are clear about that. Yeah. But eventually, we have the ability. We've set ourselves up so well that with time, we can choke out everybody's resources. So eventually, we'll starve them out. They can't. Our country is set up so like they'll never. They flat out. If they ever try to come, they can't. No military can come and defeat us on our own land. They can't do it.
Not boots on the ground.
Yeah, not boots on the ground. They can't do it. And we have apparently, and I don't know a lot about this.
It's also tough for us to do boots on the ground in like Russia. It's the biggest continent.
But here's the thing: none of that's going to happen anyway.
I was going to say, but really, I don't even think the next like a world war there wouldn't be boots on the ground.
It's
going to
be
right.
No,
I mean, this is going to be
drones.
It's going to be nuclear.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's not going to matter. Right. So the second somebody gets wild and fires a nuke, the world as we know it's over.
Yeah.
We'll be like living in silos.
You should go watch Tucker. I know a lot of people are down on him, but I agree. Russia has to be our ally. Well, it's just the only way it works.
The United States' goal should be that everybody should be our ally. Yeah. You don't want enemies, man. That's the whole thing, you know. It's like if you have, enemies are a bad thing. I hate having enemies in life. I hate having enemies,
right.
You know, just from like, you know, man, I was half taught it, but also just because of some of the stupid decisions I made when I was younger, like even me, and I don't think anything would happen, but like if I go to a restaurant, I don't sit with my back to the door. Like just because there may be an enemy out there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I've heard of enemies. You just don't know. You just never know. Having enemies is not good, especially for a nation. We should be a nation known. Here's the thing, though. I think I think it should be peace through strength. Everybody should know. Mm-hmm. Hey, we're not allies because we need you to be our allies. We're allies because you know that's the only thing that you can be that makes sense for your country, right? Like Russia should know. We need to be their ally because if we're not.
Yeah. I think they do know too.
Yeah.
But they're also not going to back down from little Ukraine. You know?
No.
And I hate that they're taking part of their land back forcefully. It's just a whole big deal. And I'm not anti-Russia like they want us to be. I don't think it's right.
Yeah.
It's wrong on both sides. And I don't really think we have a dog in the fight to begin with.
No, we don't. Yeah. Especially to be putting trillions of dollars into it.
Quit giving them our money.
Yeah. So you're not a Wolverine?
Step on my land. Yes.
Oh man.
Good movie there.
Oh man, that's a great movie.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jimmy?
Just in the big picture of it, though,
Well, I think obviously, man, who wouldn't love to live peaceably, right? That will never happen. It's human nature. And also, too, we live in a world with finite resources. And I think every country that's in the foreground of the leaders' minds. I mean, it's not just power. It's resource. We have a finite amount of resource here on this globe.
Yep.
And I think people in positions of power realize what the future is. And what do you do when those resources run out?
I think there's already been solutions to those, and people have been killed for it.
That is correct.
Like Tesla, we were talking about that kid I've been watching. Like, there's ways to free energy.
Well, who was that man? And I'm going to butcher it, but a guy
created a gasless engine.
Yeah,
and they killed him.
Yeah, he disappeared.
Yep. Yeah, man. Yeah. They don't. Yeah, man. Dude. Here's the thing: all politics, all politicking is about money. It's all it is.
Always
money and power.
That's it.
And the people are pawns in their game.
CenterPoint.
Yeah. Right,
CenterPoint.
Really.
Bringing it right back around.
Yeah, it's a perfect example. It's like it for anything. And I know there are other people out there, and they'll get on their podcast, and they'll have all these details and all this stuff. But this is us coming at it as people who are just living it.
Yeah.
You're just experiencing it. And do we pick a side? Yeah, you kind of have to. You have to kind of pick a side.
I'm conservative.
Yeah, I'm a conservative. My beliefs are conservative. But man, I'm under no disillusion that they're playing us just like the liberals are playing them.
Yep.
I would just rather be played this way than that way. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be played anyway, but the bottom line is we are. I mean, I'm not saying Trump's a horrible person, or I'm not saying, that them other guys are, but at the end of the day, man, the reason Trump ran is because he liked having that power, man. He likes being the president. He said, I want to be the president. Anybody that wants to be that, everybody knows the president of the United States is the most powerful man, the most powerful person.
What do you do when you get all the money that you need?
Yeah. He already had all the money that he needed. You know what I mean?
And he truly loves America. Like, he's a businessman for America. Why people can't get on board with that is amazing. Like, what are they going to do in 3 years? What are they going to do?
Man, the funny thing is their whole beef with him is they don't like the way he talks. That's pretty much it.
Right, but it's real talk. We all talk like that.
Yeah, man. I love the way he talks. Yeah. That I do wish sometimes I can't keep hold of that can. So,
you might as well
I'm
leave
leaving
that
it
on
down
the floor.
there. It's empty anyway. Lucky for me. But I don't know. One day, hopefully, it won't be that way. But I don't think that's the case. I think from here at this point, it has gone so, because it didn't used to. I mean, there's always been a lot of politicking, but it's never been so. It's never been so deeply rooted in every citizen as it is now. There are a few people that don't care about it. Like, I think you're one of the minorities, like where you're kind of like, man, I really don't care. Yeah. But really, you still care.
Yeah.
Like, you still want to know. I remember when it was election time, you were like, oh man, we got to vote. We got to do this. Yeah. Because you knew that was, we were on the precipice of disaster, with her, or with friggin' diaper man Biden again. But
I know, and those are just real facts, right? Like, don't get mad at us for saying it. Everybody knows the truth.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like the truth hurts them so bad.
Yeah.
And then their response is just to lie. And I'm so sick of hearing about January 6th. That's
I heard somebody bring that up because of this shooting with the woman. They're like, nobody did that during January 6th. If we went on that, everybody would have been dead. I'm like, and then Greg Gutfield's like, what about Abbott? She was the only person shot during that thing, and she was a conservative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't know.
I know. I hate it. I hate that we talk about it. To be honest, like,
I like talking about it.
I don't mind talking about it because I will spit facts.
Yeah. Well, but I hate that we have to talk about it.
I think that's what you were saying, producer Rick, is like, you hate the fact that these are conversations.
This is nothing we used to talk about. Before COVID. Really, that's when it all started going downhill.
It did. It really did go downhill. It really started going downhill the second he came down that elevator.
True.
That's when it got crazy. That's when they started lying about the Russiagate thing. I mean, this is all proven lies, and they're still doing it. They got this Jack Smith dude in here now, and he's still lying. He was spying on almost every conservative in the Senate. In the House, like he was like spying on them for no reason, and his purpose was, he said, they had admitted they had talked to the president, and like the senator, like Jim Jordan, who I really like, he was like, man, you cannot call us criminals because we talked to the president. We're senators, we're Congress people. It's our job to speak to the president.
Right.
And you're saying that, that gives you probable cause because we spoke to the president of the United States, who's not even guilty of what you're claiming. He had nothing to do with Russia. He was literally like, I heard, somebody conversation, they was talking about the truth. Like when he heard about it, he kind of chuckled. He's like, what are they talking about? Like he had no idea what they were even talking about. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then Adam Schiff and Obama okayed it. Like they okayed and orchestrated the leaks. And then the whole thing goes on down. COVID happens. Then January 6th comes around. The news lies, cuts his interviews where he was saying, go down there peacefully and all this stuff. And he did say that. There's nothing wrong with that. A leader is allowed to call people to protest. He never called them to violence, never did any of that. When things started popping off, Nancy Pelosi refused to call like who she wouldn't call security, right? She wouldn't. She like let it go down. She let them in. They let them in to the Capitol. They like invited them in. There were a bunch of like FBI people planted. All of this stuff they have receipts for, but yet that's still what they stand on. What about January 6th? I'm so sick of it, dude. That's over. That's gone. The people spoke.
I wish there was some way like they hook you up to something to tell the truth, not a lie detector, like the truth. Like, like you're talking to God and he knows everything. If there's an instrument and be like, if you don't tell the truth, you're not even going to die. You're just going to lose your position. You're going to have to change oil for the rest of your life. You're going to have to be like a normal blue collar worker.
Yeah.
I bet they stopped there long.
I bet you they would.
Oh yeah.
I bet you January 6th would go away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
all liars. Like it's.
And
I know they've been liars forever.
And that goes back around too. If that's a thing, term limits, sign. Yeah.
Please
So
let us vote on it.
Right?
It's the biggest thing, and biggest thing too is don't allow them to trade stocks. While they're in office,
100%.
They're literally going in worth nothing, and by the time they're in office for 3 or 4 years, they're worth billions of dollars.
That's the thing, man. On a couple $100,000 a year salary, there's no way you should be, by any stretch of the imagination, worth $200 million.
No, and they keep reelecting the same people they're doing.
Yeah,
that's what I don't get, man. Like I don't get. I'll never understand it. Well, I think it's time for this episode to go away. If you would, for us one more time, don't forget, click that like button, click the subscribe button. That's the main thing we care about. Like the video, comment on the video, click the notification bell so you don't miss any videos when the DeTalented podcast post. We post every Thursday at 6 p.m. We run a premiere, and you're welcome to watch it anytime. We love that you join us. And for our goodbyes, as always, we're going to turn it over to Mr. Jimmy DeTalent.
Well, bye. Goodness gracious.
It's so hot in here.
It's warm.